अपने आप को हिंदू कहते हैं वो 24 घंटा हिंसा हिंसा हिंसा।
Rahul's first speech as LOP. असली हिंदू वर्सेस वायलेंट हिंदू।
जो लोग अपने आप को हिंदू कहते हैं वो 24 घंटा हिंसा हिंसा हिंसा, नफरत नफरत नफरत, असत्य सत्य असत्य।
ये विषय बहुत गंभीर है, पूरे हिंदू समाज को हिंसक कहना ये गंभीर विषय है।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, नरेंद्र मोदी जी पूरा हिंदू समाज नहीं है, बीजेपी पूरा हिंदू समाज नहीं है।
Top mantris intervene as Rahul attacks.
अग्निवीर स्कीम सेना का स्कीम नहीं है, पीएमओ का स्कीम है। इनको अग्निवीर अच्छा लगता है, आप उसको रखिए, हम उसको बदल देंगे, हटा देंगे। सिंपल सी बात है, हमारी सरकार आई तो अग्निवीर को हम हटा देंगे।
मैं नेता प्रतिपक्ष से विनम्रता पूर्वक अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं कि कृपया वह सदन को गुमराह करने की कोशिश न करें। 158 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ सीधा संवाद स्थापित हुआ है, उनके सुझाव लिए गए हैं, तब यह अग्निवीर योजना लाई गई है।
Rahul goes after Speaker 2.
When I shook your hand, you stood straight like this and shook my hand. And when Modi ji shook your hand, you bowed down and shook his hand.
Rahul versus Sarkar in Sansad.
Hello and welcome. Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshata Nandagopal. We just showed you a glimpse of what Rahul Gandhi had to say in his 101-minute long speech in Lok Sabha, his debut as leader of opposition. And while there's been huge controversy that's played out over what Rahul Gandhi said, whether it's true or not, his claims being countered by the BJP, it's most definitely made headlines right now. He's spoken on a slew of issues, not focusing on just one or two, but raising every single issue, every single criticism that he has against the Modi government. We'll break that down for you in detail of what the government's response has been to Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi's big debut as leader of opposition saw him delivering a 101-minute speech. Of course, there was rocked by interventions also by several top ministers, including Prime Minister Modi himself. But in that 101-minute speech, Rahul Gandhi didn't focus on one or two issues. He chose to speak on a slew of issues: NEET, Agniveer, Manipur, economy, unemployment, price rise, to name a few. And of course, he started off his speech by holding up a picture of Lord Shiva, of a Muslim man praying, of Jesus Christ, of Guru Gobind Singh, and several others like this, to send across a message of secularism, while also attacking the Modi government on minorities. So Rahul Gandhi did raise all of these issues that you see on your screens, and many more as well. What was the impact of that? You had some of the top ministers of the Modi government countering Rahul Gandhi on issues like Agniveer, on issues like minorities feeling unsafe. Prime Minister Modi himself spoke out when Rahul Gandhi made a comment about violent Hindus. Let's play out for you some of the highlights of what Rahul Gandhi said, and then we'll focus on the reactions and what really Rahul Gandhi's first speech as LOP has been like. What's been the impact in Parliament?
ये देश अहिंसा का देश है, ये देश डर का देश नहीं है। तो हमारे सारे के सारे महापुरुषों ने अहिंसा की बात की, डर मिटाने की बात की। डरो मत, डराओ मत, डरो मत, डराओ मत। और दूसरी तरफ शिव जी कहते हैं डरो मत, डराओ मत, अभय मुद्रा दिखाते हैं, अहिंसा की बात करते हैं, त्रिशूल को जमीन में गाड़ देते हैं। और जो लोग अपने आप को हिंदू कहते हैं वो 24 घंटा हिंसा हिंसा हिंसा, नफरत नफरत नफरत, असत्य सत्य असत्य। आप हिंदू हो ही नहीं। Just get me that picture of Shiva.
I'm inside Speaker's office.
हिंदू धर्म में साफ लिखा है, सत्य के साथ खड़ा होना चाहिए, सत्य से पीछे नहीं हटना चाहिए, सत्य से नहीं डरना चाहिए। अहिंसा हमारा प्रतीक है। अभय मुद्रा, ऐसे कीजिए, ऐसे कीजिए, अभय मुद्रा।
अब स्पीकर से तो नहीं आएगा। प्राइम मिनिस्टर भी स्पीक है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर पे स्पीकर की तरफ से कोई नहीं आएगा। इसमें आप स्पीकर इट विल रिपीट अगेन।
भाई ये आप बात समझिए, आप बात समझिए। ये इसलिए चिल्ला रहे हैं क्योंकि तीर जाके दिल में लगा है, दिल में जाके तीर लगा है, इसलिए ये चिल्ला रहे हैं। लेकिन चुप हो गए, देखिए स्पीकर साहब चुप हो गए सब।
Just a glimpse of what we witnessed in Parliament a few hours ago. I'd like to bring in on this broadcast a consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, for his view on what he thought of Rahul Gandhi's speech. Rajdeep, good evening. A few days ago, when we spoke about Rahul Gandhi being made the leader of opposition, you said that Rahul, in his speeches, should be better prepared, should be filled with data, and, of course, shouldn't be extempore. Did you think all of that was delivered in his first speech?
You know, I still believe that Rahul Gandhi, his style of speaking tends to be spontaneous, which is his strength, but then also becomes his weakness. Because if you don't come with a prepared speech, then there's a sense that one point doesn't necessarily lead to the other. It gives him the opportunity to connect not so much with the opposition but with the viewers out there. You know, he comes across as someone who's carefree, who's fearless, and is willing to take the battle into the enemy camp. Now that's his strength. And you saw that in that exchange. He was ready to hit the opposition if necessary below the belt. But when it comes then to specific data points, for example, if he's going to speak on unemployment or he's going to speak on Agniveer, he gives personal examples, which is again possibly his strength. But it is not necessarily backed up by hard data. So then it gives the other side a chance in a debate to suggest that Rahul Gandhi has come unprepared to the debate. But I think overall, let's be honest, I think Rahul Gandhi came into this debate to make a political point that he is the leader of the opposition who's not going to be afraid of the other side. Unafraid. I think if there is one word to describe the strength of this speech, it is that he is completely unafraid. The weakness, as I said, could be, you could argue that at times he seems to come across as unprepared. So unafraid but unprepared is the way I would put it. But he's come with the momentum of the Congress getting now 99 seats, almost twice as much as they got last time when everyone was writing them off. And he's trying to carry that momentum by directly targeting Prime Minister Modi. I think that's the other key point. In every sense, he was directly attacking the individual called Narendra Modi, and thereby sending out a message, I think, to the opposition, daro mat.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that point about whether he is underprepared really with regards to the data points, because that's what the BJP is saying. But Rajdeep, looking overall at the impact the speech has had, the opposition would be happy with that. You know, he's made headlines, he's triggered a reaction from the BJP, he got the Prime Minister to stand up and counter him immediately on some of those issues. Amit Shah was countering him, Rajnath Singh was countering him. So he's kind of started off with a bang.
Oh, absolutely. I think if the intention was to galvanize the opposition ranks or to let the country know that opposition zinda hai, I think he's been able to achieve that. I think the idea was to send out a message to the government, to the treasury benches and the country at large that this is not 2019, this is not 2014. We now have a large opposition, an opposition whose strength in numbers means it has a voice, and we will make ourselves heard. I mean, he was taking the battle even at some level into Om Birla, the Lok Sabha Speaker's chair, virtually suggesting that the Speaker was not neutral, was almost beholden to the government, was bowing before Prime Minister Modi, which he should not. So you got a sense that here was Rahul Gandhi giving the opposition a template which could well be their template for the next 5 years. We are going to hit you as hard as we are hit. We've been hit for the last 10 years. Now it's our turn. In that sense, remember, a parliament is often made on how strong the opposition is, not how strong the government is. The government will do what the president's address did, recite all the good things. It's the opposition which has to show that the glass is half empty. To that extent, you could argue Rahul Gandhi's mission, first day mission or first speech mission, has to some extent been served.
Rajdeep, just one final question before I let you go. You know, he raised a number of issues in his 101-minute speech. NEET, Agniveer, unemployment, price rise. Which point did you think he had the most clarity of thought over, Rajdeep?
You know, I've always believed that when Rahul Gandhi speaks about issues like unemployment, speaks about issues that concern common people, he comes across as earnest. When he speaks about something that you could argue is much more political, which requires, as I said, data, which requires in-depth knowledge, you could argue that Rahul Gandhi doesn't come across so strongly. When he speaks about the fact that he's been to Manipur, met people in relief camps, Prime Minister hasn't been there even once, I think it comes across more effectively. When he enters that terrain of religion and speaks of so-called Hindus, it's a dangerous terrain to enter, but I can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, you have no thekedari in a way or monopoly over what is Hinduism. And I think that was one point he was trying to make. But the moment you play on that pitch, you can expect the BJP to respond. So I would have thought that Rahul Gandhi is at strongest when he speaks about unemployment, when he speaks about people's issues. When he gets into the religious politics debate, then you're giving a window or an opening to the BJP to strike back.
Which is what's happening right now, because the BJP is referred to the word that is used of violent Hindus to lash out at him. Rajdeep, thank you very much for joining us here on 6 p.m. Prime with your perspective.
We must be fair to Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah,
we must be fair. He said so-called Hindus.
So-called Hindus. Yeah, he said so-called Hindus, but the BJP is saying that you say violent Hindus. So that's where really the problem has emerged for Rahul Gandhi. And so that's where I think what you said also about him having to tread carefully on these issues perhaps is something that the opposition will also choose to look into. Thanks very much, Rajdeep, for joining us with your perspective on this. Let's play out for you some more highlights of exactly what Rahul Gandhi said and how it played out in Parliament with Modi mantris countering him on some of the issues.
सर, अगर आप हिंदू धर्म के जो महापुरुष हैं, महापुरुष छोड़िए, अगर आप शिव जी को देखें तो क्या हो रहा है सर? अगर आप शिव जी को देखें तो उनकी इमेज से आपको पता लगता है कि हिंदू डर नहीं फैला सकता, हिंदू हिंसा नहीं फैला सकता, हिंदू नफरत नहीं फैला सकता। और बीजेपी 24 घंटा नफरत, हिंसा, नफरत, हिंसा, नफरत, हिंसा। स्पीकर सर, कहां तक इन्होंने डर फैला दिया है? सर, कहां तक इन लोगों ने डर फैला दिया? मैं आपको अयोध्या से शुरू करता हूं। सर नमस्कार। अयोध्या ने आपको मैसेज भेजा, अयोध्या ने राम भगवान। मेरा व्यवस्था का सवाल है। इस सदन के नियमों की पुस्तिका, इससे कुछ सदस्यों को क्या मुक्ति दे दी गई है? आपके गाइडेंस के बाद भी बार बार तस्वीर बताना, पूरे बीजेपी को हिंसा कर रही है ऐसे कहना,
खड़े होकर एक दूसरे के बीच में हस्तधून करना, सारे नियम इनको लागू नहीं होते हैं। नियम मालूम नहीं है तो ट्यूशन रख ले साहब। सदन इस तरह से नहीं चल सकता है। ये सदन, मेरा आपसे आग्रह है कि ये सदन ऑर्डर में रहना चाहिए, नियमों के अनुसार रहना चाहिए। ये हम सभी सदस्यों का आपसे विनंती है।
Speaker, sir, the Prime Minister, of course, who has a direct connection with God, speaks directly to God. Yes, the Paramatma speaks to Modi ji's Atma directly. Unlike with all humans, we are all biological. We are born, we die, but the Prime Minister is a non-biological being. And the Prime Minister says Gandhi is dead. And Gandhi was revived by a movie. I mean, can you understand the ignorance? That Gandhi is dead and a movie revived the father of the nation. No, Gandhi is not dead. Gandhi is alive. अयोध्या ने राम भगवान की जन्मभूमि, प्लीज ब्रदर, राम भगवान की जन्मभूमि ने बीजेपी को मैसेज दिया। और ये आपके सामने मैसेज बैठे हुए हैं। मैंने इनसे पूछा, कल कॉफी पी, इनसे मैंने पूछा बताइए, मैंने पूछा कि बताइए ये हुआ क्या। बीजेपी ने राम मंदिर का इनॉग्रेशन किया, बोलने दीजिए, राम मंदिर का इनॉग्रेशन किया।
अरे भाई आप हार गए, उसको शासन करिए।
नाम बोलने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, मैं भाषण दे रहा हूं, आप नहीं दे रहे हो। मुझे बोलना है जो बोलना है, मुझे नाम लेने की कोई जरूरत नहीं। मुझे जो बोलना है मैं बोलूंगा। तो अयोध्या ने मैसेज दिया और मैंने इनसे पूछा कि हुआ क्या, और इनका जवाब आया। मैंने उनसे पूछा कि आपको कब पता लगा कि आप अयोध्या में जीत रहे हो, और आपने कहा पहले दिन से मुझे पता था। सही बात। और मैंने कहा ये क्या हुआ, उन्होंने कहा राहुल जी अयोध्या में एयरपोर्ट बना, अयोध्या की जनता से जमीन छीनी गई और आज तक उन्हें मुआवजा नहीं मिला है। उन्होंने कहा, सही बात, उन्होंने कहा कि अयोध्या में जो भी छोटे छोटे दुकानदार थे, जो भी छोटी छोटी बिल्डिंग्स थी, उन सारों को तोड़कर गिरा दिया गया और उन लोगों को सड़क पर कर दिया गया। इन्होंने यह भी कहा कि अयोध्या के इनॉग्रेशन में अयोध्या की जनता को बहुत दुख हुआ, क्योंकि इनॉग्रेशन में अदानी जी थे, अंबानी जी थे, मगर अयोध्या का कोई नहीं था। और ये कारण था कि अयोध्या की जनता में, उनके दिल में नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने भय डाल दिया। उनकी जमीन ले ली, उनके घर गिरा दिए, और फिर अयोध्या के गरीब लोगों को, किसानों को, मजदूरों को मंदिर के इनॉग्रेशन तक नहीं जाने दिया। मंदिर के इनॉग्रेशन छोड़ो, उसमें बाहर भी नहीं जाने दिया। और इसीलिए अयोध्या की जनता ने सही मैसेज भेजा। अच्छा, इन्होंने मुझे एक और बात बोली, 3 बार इन्होंने कहा कि 3 बार नरेंद्र मोदी ने टेस्ट किया, 2 बार क्या मैं अयोध्या से लड़ जाऊं। और सर्वेयर्स ने कहा अयोध्या में मत लड़ जाना, अयोध्या में मत लड़ जाना, अयोध्या की जनता हरा देगी। और इसीलिए प्रधानमंत्री वाराणसी गए और वहां बच के निकले।
And let's get your reaction coming in from UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, who's lashed out at Rahul Gandhi over his speech and particularly his reference to Hindus. Yogi Adityanath has in fact put out a detailed statement where he said that Hindu is the basic soul of India. It's synonymous with tolerance, generosity and gratitude. We're proud that we are Hindus. Yogi Adityanath has lashed out at Rahul, calling him a prince and calling him an accidental Hindu, saying how will he understand what it means to be a Hindu.
हिंदू कोई जाति सूचक शब्द नहीं है, कोई संप्रदाय सूचक शब्द नहीं है। मत और पंथ से अलग भारत की मूल आत्मा है। श्री राहुल गांधी के इस बयान ने, जिसमें हिंदुओं को बारे में जो टिप्पणियां की हैं, यह सत्य से परे भारत की मूल आत्मा को लहूलुहान करने जैसा है। भारत माता के लहूलुहान करने के इस प्रकार के दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बयान के लिए श्री राहुल गांधी को देश की जनता से माफी मांगनी चाहिए।
So the BJP gunning for Rahul Gandhi over the comment that he made about Hindus. Even when he spoke in Parliament, the moment he mentioned this, Prime Minister Modi got up and said that this is an insult to the Hindu community. Let's play out for you that excerpt of what Rahul Gandhi said and the Prime Minister's intervention.
शिव जी कहते हैं डरो मत, डराओ मत, अभय मुद्रा दिखाते हैं, अहिंसा की बात करते हैं, त्रिशूल को जमीन में गाड़ देते हैं, और जो लोग अपने आप को हिंदू कहते हैं वो 24 घंटा हिंसा हिंसा हिंसा, नफरत नफरत नफरत, असत्य सत्य असत्य।
पूरे हिंदू समाज को हिंसक कहना ये गंभीर विषय है।
And then you had a showdown between Rahul Gandhi and the Speaker, Om Birla. And that's because Rahul Gandhi accused Om Birla of bowing down in front of Prime Minister Modi, saying when we came to shake hands with you, you bowed down before Prime Minister Modi, you didn't bow down before me. He then advised Om Birla, saying you're the Speaker, you don't need to bow down in front of anyone. Listen in to what Rahul said and the Speaker's reaction soon after.
Speaker, so there are actually two people sitting in that chair. There is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Speaker of the Indian Union, and there is Mr. Om Birla. When Modi ji went and shook your hand, and I went and shook your hand, I noticed something. When I shook your hand, you stood straight like this and shook my hand. And when Modi ji shook your hand, you bowed down and shook his hand.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री सदन के नेता हैं और मुझे मेरी संस्कृति संस्कार ये कहते हैं, व्यक्तिगत जीवन में भी, सार्वजनिक जीवन में भी और इस आसन पर भी, जो हमसे बड़े हैं उनको झुककर नमस्कार करो। मुझे यही सिखाया है और बराबर वालों से बराबर का व्यवहार करो, यही मुझे सिखाया है।
Okay, so those were some of the highlights of the fiery showdown that we witnessed in Parliament today as Rahul Gandhi made his debut speech as leader of opposition. Remember, tomorrow at 4 p.m. is when Prime Minister Modi is going to be speaking, and no doubt it's once again going to trigger political fireworks. We'll be getting you all the highlights, all the big speeches from Parliament.